if you're late with your second expansion, you're really far more behind. It's totally different fighting off like this and fighting off with two expansions. It's like a totally different thing, and that has actually cost me quite a few games on maps like Andromeda, where the process is granted like 3-second expansion, and they just might come out with whatever army, and I'm not prepared at all. No, I don't have observers yet, so I'm using my Zealots and High Templars to block his lurkers from coming to my second natural before I actually have cannons up for detection. So it's just building stuff, getting ready if he's making lurkers, sort of preparing over here, and making some more gateways when I have the money, cannoning up. Notice also how I will soon place one cannon behind the wall over there. Yes, exactly. That way he can't actually place any lurkers sort of like behind that wall and shoot my mineral line over there, even if I don't have detection. So it's pretty nifty actually, and I really recommend it for you guys too. It saves so much trouble, and quite a few ignore it, so it makes you vulnerable, which at least on this level shouldn't happen if simply possible. Also remember to constantly scout every single expansion your opponent has. It's really important, so you can react accordingly. He should try to sort of like, at least to some extent, out-expand his opponent, even if it's Zerg. So it's quite important to know how many expansions he has, so you know how aggressively you should expand yourself and whatever else. Remember to get dragoons shortly after you see lurkers, and for them that you need a dragoon range. Also about this time, when you have a solid unit production and all, you might as well place a second forge, so you can sort of like get faster upgrades. If you get a like maybe 333 or whatever 312 or something upgrades before his Ultraling, your army will be so much stronger than it would be with just 3 simple weapon upgrades. It's like a totally different thing. You wouldn't even notice your units when you compare them to fighting fully upgraded Ultraling with much weaker upgrades. Your army might be even stronger than his Ultraling if you have far superior upgrades, so it's pretty useful. And in my opinion, at least, and my style of PvZ, you should try and make new expansions and look for that new expansion all the time, since you don't really know when you're permitted a second chance on getting one. So just look whatever possibility you have. Usually a good chance would be to sort of like expand while you're attacking or adding pressure to him on the middle of the map or somewhere, just expansions or something, since he'll be busy doing something else, and he can't really spend a large army to assault an unfinished expansion. Okay, he was pretty like good to detect that expansion. If he hadn't, he could have been so much more behind. And the thing is, if a Protoss can out-expand his opponent, it means that he can pretty much just roll over him. And you should also remember that that lurkers really do deal a huge load of damage to just plain Zealots, so you really do need your share of dragoons along when fighting lurkers. You should really take that thing to account. Look where you storm. The best possible way to storm, at least against Hydras, is to storm as many spots as possible simultaneously, and you will really see the difference than if you spend or place one storm at a time or something. Since the thing is, one storm, if he's a good player, is rather easy to avoid and the biggest losses. But if you place many storms at the same time, there's not really much he could actually do to stop it, and that's actually pretty nifty, and you should really take that into account. Right now, or about now, would be a good chance to look for a new expansion spot. He's sort of like totally under pressure. I have a bigger army. I'm about to knock his second expansion spot. and besides he has an expansion at 6 o'clock, so about now would be the perfect chance to expand. If you have trouble expanding normally, then just send maybe 3 to 4 zealots maybe to along with your probe. They really do help you defend your expansions, and setting up cannons until larger assaults can come. So it's really useful to do that. At least if you have trouble expanding in general, which might happen rather often if you're playing against superior Zergs or just better players overall. This game is pretty much over, so I don't really care anymore. Not even I doubt even a pro gamer could recover from this position anymore against a decent player. So I don't really care so much about my macro. Besides, with Protoss, it's much more important to have important timings and gaming senses. In my opinion, it's like completely about that. Like this guy is a Korean. He's about C level or almost C now in the ICOP. When I'm doing this commentary, which means really good since it's early season. And in my opinion, the most important thing is in this game was just looking for the perfect timings, knowing what to do and when. And that's it. Thanks for watching.